Love will lead the way. October 12, 2013. Be truthfully honest. How much time during the day do you spend in judgment of others? Are you aware of the times that you are? When someone walks by past you, do you think to yourself, wow, they look sad, or happy, or their clothes are disheveled, they must have had a rough night, etc. No matter how little it may seem, as soon as you have an observation kind of thought, there is judgment involved. Actions and words of others are being judged, and we are aware of this occurring more often than many of you may realize. If you are completely happy with yourself, and I mean 100% happy, then you will have absolutely no reason to judge another dear soul that shares your beautiful earth. It is easy to assume and to judge another without getting to know them, but are you basing those judgments and assumptions because you know what that dear soul is going through? Have you walked in their shoes? What we have witnessed is how many people judge others when they themselves are not feeling completely good about themselves. There is a lacking in their lives that causes them to judge others. Judging others does not move you closer to living from your authentic self. It does not bring you closer to God, and in fact it causes a broader separation to take place. Judging of others without knowing who they are or what they are going through happens all the time. It is not nice. It does not contain love, nor does it contain respect or compassion. Yet all that you need to break unhealthy cycles that are damaging to yourself and others is all within each of you. Why do people judge others? There are many reasons, but the big ones are insecurities, fear, loneliness, and looking for change or a new direction. Whenever you are unhappy, have you not noticed how quick you are to put another person down or to offer opinionated advice where it wasn't asked for? We have also bared witness when dear souls are moving through fear and how fear causes certain reactions to take place. When you see someone getting ahead and achieving what you wish you could, you create ways to challenge them that will create doubt to creep into that person's life where none lived before. How many times have you been in the past, envious over another person's figure, outfit, hairstyle, etc., that caused jealous feelings to take over and create judgments or unnecessary gossip? To be truthfully honest, and we wish you would be, you will come to realize, even if you do not take part of this negative behavior now, at some point in your life you have. Being lonely and feeling that you are alone and don't belong is another reason why many dear souls find it necessary to judge and make assumptions upon others. Instead of finding common ground with those around them, they are finding ways of pushing good-hearted people away. Any bonds that have been created due to loneliness were mostly not created from true love and compassion. Understand, any bonds or connections you have made as a product of your judging others are at best superficial. They are lacking the key component of relationships and connections, and that is love, dear ones. Love is what truly brings people together. It may start off as a love for something that is similar, but it grows with compassion and respect playing an important role. Sometimes it is hard watching others making great changes and seeing even greater outcomes manifest. You want such changes too, and while you observe others, instead of getting to work to bring in your own rewards, you fill your head with negative thoughts and judgments on the changes those people brought into their lives. We know it can be hard to be happy for other people's successes, but it does your heart good when you are truly and genuinely happy for another dear soul's happiness. Have you ever thought of the harm judgments bring? Even the smallest negative thought, word, feeling, or action can create a lot of chaos into the life of the one your negative attitude has targeted. It is paramount to always think of what you are going to say. Once those words are out, there is no magic eraser to whisk them away. You can say sorry 1,000 times, but any damage that has been done is already in the making. When you hurt another with your judgmental thoughts, words, and actions, you are not just hurting them, you are bringing harm down onto yourself. No good comes from criticizing or judging others. The dear souls that take part in judging and criticizing others create a false reality that it is okay to treat other people badly or to undermine their worth. Every time they partake in such activity, they are bringing more harm down into their own lives. Remember how the power of attraction works. When you do good things will come to you. When you do harmful things that you know are wrong, Well, my dears, I believe and know you understand how this works. You will attract the same into your own life. Even in this modern era, there are still stereotypes based on gender, spirituality, appearance, and other labels and categories that creates a deeper separation. Instead of working together for the betterment of mankind, what is created is a bunch of little groups working separately as one. Judgments are often bred within separated groups that stigmatize the people that are within those invisible walls. No matter if a person is gay, Buddhist, Christian, black, white, or any other kind of difference, they are still people with a heart. They know how to give love and to receive love. Peace is able to be reached when those walls come down and let others in. Shedding ignorance of different cultures and ways of life will bring liberation, unified through love and acceptance. Judgments will not belong because love has led the way. No matter how you look at it, dear ones. Assumptions made from judgments and criticism is negative. They do not bring any good into your life. They create harm and can have lifelong effects on the dear souls that took the brunt of any negative words, feelings, thoughts, or actions. Each of you are completely capable of giving and sharing love, and just as capable to bring an end to being assuming, judgmental, or critical of others. There are ways, and we know you can bring this negative behavior to an end and shorten the gap between you and the heart of God. If you honestly and truthfully have all the intentions that is good and powerful to end the incessant need to judge others, then it begins, dear ones, by observing your own thought patterns. When you recognize negative thoughts are forming in your head, learn why they are there. Once you learn why they have appeared, quickly give those negative thoughts a new positive direction. Look for something positive. This will require you to pay extra attention and to actually focus instead of always rushing through. You are less effective if you are always rushing. You can't get to know anyone if you don't give them the time. If you are required to say something in a response, choose your words wisely and find something positive, and if you can't, simply don't offer a comment. Learn to make different choices that are non-harmful to yourself or to those around you. You will create a friendlier air that will help attract more people into your circle, thus creating a better network of support people that one day you may need. Learn to not judge a book by its cover. Don't quickly assume or judge another unless you have truly walked in their shoes and you know this person well. Avoid judging people just because of their appearance, gender, sexual preference, religion, or other stereotypes. Silence is golden, dear ones. It provides you with incredible insight to yourself and allows others to be themselves without judgment, criticism, or assumption. When someone is different than you, instead of making ill judgments on their choices and ways of life, how about inquire about their lifestyle? Ask questions that indicate that you want to learn. Even if their ways are not yours, you are gaining valuable information and understanding how another person lives their lives. Even in the simplest degrees of understanding, it brings you closer together on a tighter bond. We encourage you to focus more on your own life than on what others are doing. The more you focus on yourself, the less likely you will compare and create assumptions based on false judgments and criticism. And the vicious cycle of judging yourself. The harsher you think of yourself, the worse you will think towards others. Look at all the positive things you have accomplished instead of focusing on the negative. At any time there is a lacking in your life, learn of this lacking and discover ways that will bring change and new growth that will illuminate any lacking. This is your journey, dear ones. Even if you are not completely spiritual, your choices are yours and you are responsible for them. If you want a happier and more fulfilling life, then it is you that must make this happen. We will always be here, guiding and supporting you each step, but you have to want this help. And while we are working on the spiritual side of your life, you are working positively on the physical side that will enrich all aspects of who you are in the life you are currently living. Try and remember how it felt when someone falsely accused you or judged you wrong. How did you feel? It is not a good feeling. There are many ways that you can bring more uplifting and positive change into your life that will rebuke any judgments or criticisms that you may have at one time chosen. You have the choice to demonstrate your goodness and security within your own person, or you have the choice to demonstrate your insecurities, which comes through as being mean and judgmental. Understand, dear ones, where the act of judgment comes from. It comes from pride, and not the kind of pride you feel when you have passed a test or crossed the finish line in a marathon, but false pride, the kind of pride that is fanciful and filled with a feeling of superiority. Realize, dear ones, any time you have given false judgment on another dear soul, you have also become accountable for making the correct judgment. Don't make matters worse by judging. Bring change to your situations that are positive and welcoming. Learn who people are, don't assume. It is okay to ask questions. Asking questions shows another person you are willing to listen and to learn, and dear ones, that is an important first step towards acceptance, respect, love and compassion that your world sorely needs. Changes have occurred for the better, and they will continue to rise. Some changes are slower to take than others, but time is always on your side if you see time as a friend rather than a foe. Be true to yourself and love those you meet. I am Archangel Sandalphon through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com